boy.
Yes, 2 a.m. exactly. Bradshaw was a bit depressed when she couldn't have him with her at first, but I think she's all right now.
Well, let's hope she really does know what she's doing. Oh, by the way, Sister told me he's a good, healthy weight, so he can be released in 3 days' time. Would you tell the Sheldons? Give them a ring?
Well, looks like she's done this before. Your name is Jerry May Dugan, is that correct?
Yes.
You have been charged with soliciting and sentenced to 2 weeks' imprisonment. Is that correct?
Would you look at that?
Oh, crikey, she's at it again. Good on you, Pixie.
Yeah, well, she must be mad if she thinks that's going to fool Pal.
Nice to see you made it, Mason. Unfortunately, we don't allow customers in here unless they're properly dressed. It is a shame, but you're going to miss breakfast. Bye-bye.
But...
No buts. Get out.
Never mind, Pixie. I'll sneak you something out later.
Yeah, a piece of toast to go with the egg on your face.
Hey, everybody, it's a boy! Roxy's had a little boy! It's a boy, mate. I might get to see it later. Roxy reckons it's in maternity.
And if you don't hurry up, you'll miss out on breakfast, too.
Oh, isn't it lovely, Mrs. Bell? A little boy.
Yes, come on.
Good on you, Roxy. Pretty good, eh, B? $20,000 for hardly doing nothing.
But Maxine, it's a child. I mean, don't you think it's
Shut
rather
up,
hard?
Carter. You're not in here to think. She made a deal and she's sticking to it. And I hope she learned something from it, but I doubt it.
Hey, Grandma, which one's B. Smith?
Mrs. Birdsworth to you. And what do you want to know for? If you were a friend, you'd know.
Just heard about it, that's all.
Why aren't you at breakfast, Mason?
Ah, hi there. Could you please tell me what time the bus arrives?
Don't come that crap with me. You made a fool of me this morning, and that was a very stupid mistake.
Oh, but I didn't
You
mean
like
to...
sleeping in lockers, do you, Mason? You try that trick one more time and you might get to stay in there all night. And, there's not much air in there, is there, Mason? I reckon you might wake up dead.
You go, love? When I was a little girl, they used to say to me, when there's any trouble, go and find a policeman. Now I know why I never bothered.
Oh, come on, love. Don't be too hard on them. I mean, they've been investigating that mob. At least it shows there's a definite worry.
Oh, but it's bloody typical, isn't it, though? I mean, all of those complaints, and they can't make one charge stick. Oh, God, what's my kid sister got herself mixed up in?
I know, love. Hey, what about that reporter friend of yours, Matt Thomas? I mean, if anybody can dig up some dirt on them, he can.
Of course. He was the guy that got all the dish on Stanfield.
Right.
Well, come on, what are we waiting for?
How about the newspaper office is just around the corner. Why don't I give him a ring and tell him to come over? We'll buy him a coffee.
I'll buy him a bloody coffee plantation if he can get Sharon away from that bunch of ratbags.
I'll ring him.
Hey, for a lady who's anxious to know who I am, you're sure keeping yourself to yourself. What's your game?
Nothing. Mate of mine from Barnhurst told me you were running the place, that's all. Helps to know who's boss cocky.
Oh, yeah? Barnhurst, eh? And what's her name?
Peggy. But you wouldn't know. We're from South Australia. Only been here a couple of days and got picked up trying to earn the price of a bed for the night. Real nice welcome.
Hey, Pixie, when are you going to try one on the screws again?
Oh, not for at least 4 months. I have to hibernate first.
Oh, come on. We have to have this finished by the lunchtime pickup. Will you cut it out?
My feelings exactly, Smith. Mason,
Yes, Miss Ferguson?
Report for kitchen duty. You too, Daniels.
Ah, beauty.
Oh, wait a minute. How the hell are we supposed to have this finished in time if you're going to take everyone away?
Just watch it, Smith, or they'll have to do without you too. Wait at the gates. Carter, you're to see Dr. Weissman.
What?
Get a move on.
Oh, no. Oh, honestly, this is such a waste of time. I mean, must I go, Miss Ferguson?
You heard me, Carter. Now, Smith, I will try to get replacements. But in the meantime, I suggest that you lot get on with it. The truck will be here soon, and I'd hate to see you lose the contract.
She's all hard, isn't she? Got any more like her?
G'day, love. I've just come from maternity. I've been watching the little one have a bath. God, he's a big little fella. You must be really pleased with yourself. Well, you better get going, because he'll be in for his tucker in a minute.
Cut it out, Lizzie.
But you gotta make yourself comfortable, or he might get indigestion.
I'm not feeding him, Lizzie. I told them I don't want to see him. Sheldons are coming to pick him up any day. What's the point of me getting to know him?
Do you mean you haven't even had a little cuddle?
Oh, come on, Lizzie. If you don't hurry up and get this back to the kitchen, it'll be lunchtime.
Sorry, Mrs. M. I was just telling Roxy about the little one. Here you are, love. You asked Sister Kelly to give him that. It's from all of us.
Are you all right, Roxanne?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks, Mrs. Morris.
I just don't know, Helen. These groups are springing up all the time. They even help some people sort themselves out. The word cult makes people nervous. If you think of it as a rest away from the rat race, what's the worry? Well, that's what my editor would ask me.
The worry is the $10,000 they want Sharon to pay for shares. Now, that's a hell of a lot of money for a rest cure.
10 grand?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Now you're talking.
I mean, don't you know anything about this group, Matt?
Well, I know they've been dubbed the Poddies.
What?
What?
Poddies. It comes from the initial CALF, calf. Children of the Alternative Life Force.
Oh, gold.
A poddy calf, eh? Should be called the Suckers, if my hunch is right.
Well, I'll start to ask around and see what I can come up with. Thanks for the coffee.
Thank you. See you later.
What do you reckon, Jude?
I reckon your sister's money's going to be okay. Isn't... What the hell's a potty calf?
Hand-fed calf.
What a lot of bull.
And they took every single negative in the place.
Yes, well, if your son is in the habit of running around snapping God knows who, he's bound to have someone chasing after him. Probably caught a husband with his secretary or something.
I think it was a little more professional than that.
Yes, well, he can think himself lucky all the negatives were destroyed. Trying to expose a man like Fellows could place you and your family in a very dangerous situation.
But they didn't take all the negatives, Mr. Douglas. Paul didn't want to take a chance with it, so he put it somewhere else.
He didn't want to take a chance with it? You said your flat was broken into. What have you been there? For God's sake, woman! Give me the negatives and let the department get on with its business.
And what about the photo the women have?
Yes. Yes, we'll take care of that too.
You may feel perfectly well at the moment, but you've got to face the fact that 3 days ago you tried to do away with your own life.
Look, I'm sorry, Doctor. I really have been wasting your time. You obviously don't understand.
But I would like to understand.
You see, it wasn't me they sent to hospital. It was Laura. The poor little love was trying to get rid of that Brandy bitch. I can't say it's a blame her, really. She's nothing more than a little slut. But so, you see, Doctor, I think it would be far more to your advantage to speak to both of those.
Just a minute. Both of those? I don't understand. Who are you?
I'm Susan.
Susan?
Yes.
Well, yes, Susan, I agree with you. I'd very much like to talk to Brandy and Laura.
Oh, would you? Oh, yes, flick a switch. That really is a little naive, isn't it, Doctor? I mean, can you imagine what Brandy thinks of you? And as for Laura, of course, she wouldn't have the courage. So, there you have it, Doctor.
Just a minute. Carter.